No. No. No, 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 no. This is not my problem. Ah, bollocks.
Hello everyone, JoshMC2000 here, and today I've got another video for you all on comic book Carnage, and today we're going to be covering Hellblazer Rise and Fall, the new John Constantine book in Black Label, written by the man Tom Taylor. Damn, I've wanted to say that sentence ever since Black Label was announced. Finally, a new Hellblazer book done as part of Black Label. Now, here's the thing, yeah, I know there was the Sandman universe Hellblazer, and I haven't read that yet. Waiting for the trade. When that comes out, I'll give it a read and, you know, probably review it, you know, like, speaking of Sandman, both this and Sandman, Hellblazer and Sandman, are probably two of the most well-known of the Vertigo line, and Hellblazer was actually the longest. It ran for 300 issues. So, yeah, it's nice to get, like, you know, ever since that ended in, like, 2011, we've not really had anything that's felt like the original Hellblazer, because he's been a part of the mainline DC universe, and the problem with that is, it's a catch-22 situation, because, yeah, I love seeing John Constantine as part of the mainline DC stuff. I love seeing him interact with other characters from the DC stuff. Same with the Sandman characters, you know. For the most part, it seems like Sandman and Hellblazer are the ones that have mainly been brought across and are now utilised in DC. I'm not too sure about Neil Gaiman with Sandman. I think it's a little different with the Sandman stuff, because I think you need to have Neil Gaiman's permission. So it's, you know, I think, I don't know, but you know, that's why we see more Hellblazer stuff in the mainline DC universe. And well, the catch-22 is you can't cover certain topics because the age rating between old Vertigo and what is now Black Label is different to the mainline comics. The mainline comics is aimed at like teens, whereas the Black Label / Vertigo was aimed at adults, and some of the content in it was different. Like, you know, for instance, there's certain stuff to do with the thematics and that, which is aimed at an older audience, you know, like Hellblazer stuff tended to be a bit more horror-esque, and, you know, and as a consequence, it feels like John's lost something in transition. So, yeah, you see, this is the point I'm trying to make. It feels like Constantine has lost something in transition from Vertigo to mainline DC, and it feels nice now that we've got a title with him under Black Label, because you're seeing some of that stuff come back that was omitted from things like Constantine and Justice League Dark. But don't get me wrong, I like Justice League Dark, I like his relationship with Zatanna, and I like the stuff it was one of the things I did like about New 52. But I miss the style of the older Constantine books, and this encapsulates it very nicely. And Tom Taylor does a really spectacular job with the story he's setting up here. I mean, he even riffs some bits from the old Vertigo continuity, like how John was born, and, you know, the stuff that happened there, the things with his childhood, and he even takes that and expands upon it. And we've got some new characters introduced, which I honestly really like these new characters. It's really cool seeing them, and they've got a really interesting kind of friendship with Constantine, and there's even some really great banter, which, you know, Tom Taylor has written very well. I think it's a very nice reference to a character trait John has had for a long time, but has kind of been forgotten about. So, you know, for those of you that are fans of the character, you know the character trait I'm on about, and for those of you that aren't, when you read this, it will probably slap you across the face, because it is it's not a subtle reference, but but you know, it's also done in a way which is amusing, and it's not all of the character, you know, it's definitely very well written, and Tom Taylor is rightfully at the moment one of my favourite writers at DC. Deceased and this are probably some of my favourite books, and I'm currently irritated that I can't go into the future and get this book and read it ahead of time, because God, what I would give to read the next issue of this, because I have so many questions after that ending, and well, I want to see where it's going next. And like, you know, I think like the other Black Label stuff, it's issue 1 of 3, because you know, they're doing all these mini-series, you know, they're not really committing to an ongoing with Black Label, which is kind of sad. I'd love to see a Hellblazer ongoing under Black Label, or like, you know, any kind of ongoing under Black Label. You know, like, because it's just all this collection of short stories, you know, and it would be nice to have something for the older audience which is a bit more continuous. Speaking of which, I'm surprised Deceased isn't under Black Label, but never mind. Anyway guys, so, you know, that's about all I got to say on this comic. Big fun, big thumbs up, big love. Really love this comic. It's honestly, it's a buy. Honestly, if you can't tell that by the way I'm gushing over it, then I can't help you. It's a really good piece of work here by Tom Taylor, and really looking forward to the new issue for it. Just a little pre-recorded bit afterwards, because after going over it in the edit, I noticed I didn't talk about the gameplay footage I've used, and I normally kind of do that, because I've noticed I get a lot of questions about gameplay footage used in these comic book videos, and well, the gameplay for this video is Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, and you might be thinking, Josh, what the hell has this got to do with Hellblazer? And the simple answer to that is I was originally going to use the Constantine video game that was released alongside the movie, and it's an old PS2 title. There was a PC port, but I don't have access to the PC port, and I tried to emulate it, and it just looked awful, and it wouldn't have been fun for you guys to have that as your backing thing for the entire video. So I decided to use something that looked a little bit cleaner, might look a little bit more cooler with my normal style of music for these videos. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.